pregnancy aches and pains are for real. I know that I experience them, and you're probably experiencing them, and you think you just have to deal with it or suffer through it. And even though going to a chiropractor is a great idea, there are great chiropractors that work specifically with pregnant women, and acupuncture is great also. All of that takes just like an extra step, right? Like another thing to do, get in the car and go. So I wanted to give you a few quick stretches and a few different tips of things that you can do when you are feeling like neck pain and upper back pain and lower back pain and hip pain, because those are the most prevalent kinds of aches and pains that we have during pregnancy, and it's all normal. It's because of the shift in weight. You know, all your body, your center of gravity is off. All your body weight is forward, so muscles are tightening and things are weakening. So, but all of this is, luckily, most of it is muscular. So if we could just get you to stretch right, and it's called myofascial release, but I don't want you to think that's crazy. I'm just going to show you what to do. You're going to feel a ton better. So you ready? I'm going to go down to the floor and show you a few stretches first, okay? So you'll come down to the floor. Now I have a resistance band, but if you have like a jump rope or a tubing band or anything of the sort, it will work, okay? So here I'm going to start. I'm just going to put this around my foot, around the arch, okay? And I'm going to grab it here and I'm just going to pull this way. So a lot of times the lower back hurts because the hamstrings are really tight. So you'll grab it here and you'll pull. Now don't freak out about the laying on your back, because that's if you have like weight over your head. Okay, so laying here stretching for a few seconds is not going to be bad for you or the baby. So you'll stretch, and now what I want you to do here is hold it for a second and then just kind of release it. Bring it down. You don't want to hold it too long, so you'll pull and release, and pull and release. So you'll do that on both sides. You'll do like 10 on each side, okay? And you'll see that every time you'll be able to come closer to you. So that's one really good one. And then another one that's amazing for the butt, and this will release so much lower back pressure, is you're going to keep it there. You're going to bring one foot. You can just come closer so they can see. You're going to put one foot over your knee this way, and you're going to bend, and you're going to pull towards you. I am so tight, you guys, that I can barely pull in, and you're going to release. And then you're going to pull towards you. And so you want to try and push this knee that way as you pull towards you. And that's really going to stretch all of the muscles that tighten up your lower back. So pull towards you and release. And pull towards you and release. So you're going to feel that all in this area right here. And usually whenever you are tight or feel pain, it's never coming from where the pain is. It's coming from another muscle. So normally lower back pain is coming from glute tightness, okay? So that's going to release that. And then I'm going to show you one more stretch standing, but I want to show you some myofascial release, which is kind of like a massage. So this is a foam roller, and this is also really, really good. So this is for the glute. So you'll sit on it. You'll kind of try, make sure you have one hand down, put most of your body weight on one side, and then you're just going to roll back and forth. And wherever you feel tenderness, you're going to stop right there, and you're going to kind of dig, put more body weight into it. I feel it right there, and then you just kind of release. If it's too much, sometimes it hurts a lot, but it'll release, and you'll feel so much relief in your lower back. So you can just kind of play around with it and move around until you find the tender spots. Tender spots mean there's tightness there, or a trigger point. So where you find it, you want to dig into there, and you just kind of push into in different angles. Now that is going to help also release your lower back. Now if you feel a lot of lower back pain, you can also, for some immediate relief, even though the glute will help more, is make sure, because of the belly, you hold your hands down, and then you can go wherever the pain is in your lower back, in your lower back, and you can just kind of roll on it. And then you can just kind of go on the other side and roll on it there. Okay, so those are really great. Now, if your belly allows you, because you're not too far along, you could do some hip work. So you could kind of open up so that your belly's not touching the floor. Make sure that you hold yourself up And if you just kind of play around with it here, woo, I feel that. That's really going to release a lot of pain in your hip. I know the hips tighten a lot during pregnancy, and so this will help a lot. And again, same thing, wherever you feel a little trigger point or some tenderness, you just push into it. It's going to be tough, and then you release. Okay, so that's for the hip. Now, I brought this ball here. This is my son's baseball, because sometimes you're so tight, especially if you exercise, you're so tight that this foam roller is just not enough. So for me, I get very, very tight. So when that happens, I use a ball. So same thing. If lower back is what you're struggling with the most, you'll put the ball underneath you, find a tender spot. Now, this you have to be careful because it's hard. So you're gonna have to put less body weight into it. So you kind of hold yourself up a little more, and again, you just roll on it. You find that tender spot, and you kind of dig into it a little bit more, and you go around and you move around the ball until you find those tender spots, and you just roll them out. You are gonna feel immediate relief in your lower back, okay? It's gonna hurt your booty while you're rolling on it, but then you're gonna feel a ton of relief here, okay? So I wanna go over to a wall and show you what else you can do. So we're gonna come over here. You wanna go somewhere there is a wall, because now a lot of times also, especially if you have other children at home and you're holding them, this is great for when you have upper back pain, okay? So you have to just come close to a wall. You're gonna grab a ball. Now this is also really good, ladies, for when you are nursing and you're postpartum, because from breastfeeding and holding the baby, all of this cramps up and tenses up, and it causes a lot of pain. This is gonna help so much. So you're gonna put the ball right behind you, and you are going to just roll, and it hurts wherever you're tender, but you just push into it and you roll, and you kind of just have to roll around it where you find the spots that are tender, and then you just push into the wall. Woo! That hurts, but then it releases. So it's really painful. Don't be afraid when you're actually doing it. And I know I look funny, but then you push into it and then it releases, okay? So you can do that there. Now, if sitting on the floor is uncomfortable with the belly, you feel, or if you have diastasis recti and you feel your belly coning, you can do that same thing on the wall. So you can put the ball on your booty, okay? And you just are gonna press into the wall, into the ball, and you find those spots. Maybe you have to go a little bit lower. You can reach forward like this because it'll stretch the booty, and then you can find all those places. This might be a little bit more comfortable for you instead of doing the floor, okay? And then one last hip stretch that I wanted to do, because you want to hold on to the wall, is this way. So you are going to put your foot on the band this way, and you are going to pull up and out, okay? So your shoelaces are around the band, hold on, and you're going to pull in, up, and away from your hip. That really stretches this whole hip area that gets so tight during pregnancy. Woo! And remember, always release. So you'll pull up, out, and away, hold it a few seconds, and relax. And I'll do one more for you guys. You'll pull, out, up, and away, and relax. Okay, there you got it. Some simple stretches, ladies, and a little bit of myofascial release, which is kind of like getting a massage on your own. And all of these things are going to help so much to relax your muscles and to let go of tightness. And by doing that, you're going to feel so much less achy and uncomfortable. So grab yourself a band or a rope or a jump rope or whatever you have. Grab a ball. You could use a softball, a baseball, a tennis ball, any kind of ball that's hard, and try these exercises, and I hope you find as much relief as I have.